Welcome, the Pat and Dre Show, with another edition of Midweek Movie News. Pat, what are we talking about this week?
I'm eating a Snickers.
We wish we could say proud sponsor of the Pat and Dre Show.
One day.
So not just some Snickers, what has caught our attention in the world of movie news this week?
Two wonderful things. The first being Hasbro's big announcement. Last week we talked about Disney acquiring Marvel, quite possibly the
Disney
biggest
acquiring Lucasfilm.
That happened too. I'm just like 2 years behind.
That's what happens when it's live. That's what happens.
Joke landed. Moving on. Okay, so Hasbro has a big undertaking going on.
Yes, Hasbro is the toy company. They Transformers, G.I. Joe, and a bunch of board games.
Yeah.
Battleship being one, and they've been doing a push lately to make their properties into movies. Now, it hasn't turned out too well. G.I. Joe the movie, and Battleship this summer, but this hasn't deterred them, right, Pat?
No, because they've got 3 more movies. Well, I guess they're either comic books or board games that they're looking to turn into movies. The first one is Action Man, which I had never heard of until you told me it's...
Well, I had to look it up.
Yeah, so what is Action Man?
Action Man is a Hasbro property, pretty much a British version of G.I. Joe.
Well, hopefully they do a better job than they did with the American version. Second thing is they're looking to, and this isn't even our story, they're looking to turn Monopoly, the board game, into a movie. Now, my thought is if you can do it like Goodfellas, where the Monopoly guy is a mob boss, that'd be pretty sweet.
I think what's crazy about this Monopoly is a game that everybody knows, and I've never met anybody that likes it. Everybody's frustrated by it. So I can only imagine the experience this movie's going to be. But what's the one we're excited about?
I wonder if the Monopoly movie is going to take 8 hours to watch.
That's going to be
just like the game.
It's going to be a creepy guy, the bald dude with the top hat and just like the evil old-timey mustache.
Okay, so the actual movie that
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Is, drum roll, please. Hungry Hungry Hippos, the movie.
Yes!
Hopefully in 3D, but no one's talked about that yet. Dre, I know you're excited about it.
I feel like this is a fake segment on the show.
Nope.
That we're saying that somebody actually wants to turn Hungry Hungry Hippos into a movie.
Yep.
I'm so excited.
It is... okay.
I'm so excited.
So there's 1,000 ways that this could be the best movie ever, and clearly only a few ways that this could suck. So let's talk about... I thought it'd be fun going through... I don't know what kind of movie. Are they going to take an intense approach? Is it going to be comedic? Clearly they took Battleship.
An intense approach?
Well, they took Battleship, which is essentially...
But it's more of
boring.
an intense board game,
Is
I guess.
it?
Hungry
Could have been too intense. They added aliens to make it better.
I get it. I guess you're right, because Hungry Hungry Hippos, the board game, is intense because they're trying not to starve. They're trying to eat.
Oh, what if they go...
It's very Darwinian, survival of the fittest.
So, I don't know what route they'll take, but interested to toy around with some ideas. Like, let's say, what do you think if they went dramatic route? Like Hungry Hungry Hippos in the style of, I don't know... maybe like an Argo, like they're trying to get.
They have to save the hippos out of a place for terrorists.
Oh, look, a big fake hippo movie would be the way to get in.
That's how they get the people from Argo Eyes have to dress like hippos and get out. Here's what I think, though. I think this would work if you combined Hungry Hungry Hippos with the Hunger Games. Because that's pretty much what the board games is. Because if the purple hippo wins, the other ones die of hunger, right?
That's true. That's survival of the
So
fittest.
let's get Jennifer Lawrence and PETA and everybody in there. Let's have them be the hippos.
So we can call it the Hungry Hippo Games?
Yes. Oh my god.
You heard it here first. The Pat and Dre Show Midweek Movie News.
Like, I'm trying to think, like, would this be computerized? Would this be live action with like a Helen Mirren and a Bruce Willis as hippos?
My hope is that it's going to be a lot like Lake Placid in Jaws, but with hippopotami, which I believe is the plural form.
You know, when I was a child playing Hungry Hungry Hippo, I sat there with my schoolyard friends going, you know what I would love to know? The backstory about these hippos. I want to know why they're hungry, and now Hasbro and whatever studio they're working with, thank you.
Thank you. You have finally made Dre's childhood dreams come true.
Hey, so leave a comment, tweet at us. How do you think a Hungry Hungry Hippo movie would work? Do you want to combine it with a genre? Like, can you imagine like a film noir, Hungry Hungry Hippo?
A musical version.
Sci-fi, a musical version.
A rom-com, a romantic comedy hippos.
The Hungry Hungry Hippos present Chicago.
I already have the poster in my head. It's brilliant. That's awesome. Let us know what you'd want to see it as. Let us know. Are you interested? What board games do you want to see? Operation the movie? Yahtzee the movie?
Combination of Operation and Grey's Anatomy. That'd be so cool. You're like pulling the leg bone out of McSteamy or whoever those people are. My wife watches it. I don't.
Sure.
So, all right, what's our next story, Pat? So our second story is actually legitimately exciting. Not that the Hippos weren't.
Yeah.
But we are really excited
What the
about it.
heck?
So the Pat and Dre Show, that's how I refer to us now. The
Yes.
Pat and Dre Show, we are massive fans of Stephen T. Colbert.
Yep, I've read all his books.
Dr. Reverend.
Kissed all his babies. Everything.
That's creepy.
Yeah, well,
I
sometimes
feel like
do
you get
creepy
creepier
things.
and creepier every time we do this.
That's right.
We're big fans of the Colbert Report. We love Stephen Colbert. We've watched him from when he was on The Daily Show. And so a news broke maybe a week or two ago, and it's this big rumor. Nobody's confirmed it yet, but there's a massive rumor that Stephen Colbert is going to get a cameo in one of Peter Jackson's Hobbit movies.
What?
Now, if you're unfamiliar, Peter Jackson's been adapting The Hobbit. Now, he loves money, and so the studio, so they took this one book, and The Hobbit's going to be 3 movies, another trilogy coming out.
Starting 3?
Yeah.
Oh, I
they're
thought it was
turning
2.
into the 3 starting this
Milk
year.
that cash cow.
And recently, we've heard rumors that over this, I think it was this summer or recently, Stephen Colbert and his family. One, we've heard confirmation that Stephen Colbert is a big Tolkien fan.
Yes.
And he took his family to New Zealand, and they got to party with hobbits. And now the rumor is that the story broke that while he was there, he was given a cameo. Now, we don't know much else past that because Stephen Colbert won't confirm it. He was recently on Jimmy Kimmel with Jon Stewart, and Kimmel straight up asked him, and he played that I can't confirm nor deny. They're not saying when it would be. They're not even saying if he actually sang anything. But Pat, what do you think about the great Stephen Colbert in The Hobbit?
I'm so excited. I think Colbert makes anything 60% more delicious and wonderful. And I think if anyone was going to make a cameo in anything, it should be Colbert. I say put him in everything. You can't go wrong with some Stephen T. Colbert.
That's true. I don't know what it is about the Lord of the Rings movies, but I think they're fine. And the reality is I realize when I say things like that, I feel like my geek cred goes down. Because I love comics, I love fantasy, I love Star Wars, and the Lord of the Rings movies, like I never read the book, I saw the movies, and I'm like, yeah, these are fine. But I don't really have an interest seeing them again. And so The Hobbit's coming out, and there's people that are losing their minds, and with good reason. But I'm like, okay, whatever. But now that Colbert's in it, I'm in.
I'm in. I wish...
I really want to see it.
Triumph the Insult Comic Dog isn't a thing anymore, right? Because of the Conan thing. Because that would be so sweet if he did an interview with those geeks who are going to be waiting out in line. I mean, people like us who are going to be waiting in line at midnight.
I'm a proud geek, Pat. How dare you? How
It's so
dare
good.
you? I love midnight shows. But you touched on it a little bit earlier, so we got to thinking, what movies from this year would have been better if Colbert made a cameo in it? What do you think?
Well, I mean, I could go with the obvious answer, which is everything. But let's go more specific. Let's start off with any Sinister. Hi.
Oh.
I would
Listen to the
immediately
audio
replace-
podcast we did on Sinister.
I would immediately replace the Bagoogaloo guy
Bagul.
and just put Stephen T. Colbert everywhere. Like standing outside the window, everything.
It's a picture of Stephen, like it's a drawing of Stephen Colbert on the side.
That would be amazing.
That would be so cool.
Fun size.
Oh.
I would see that.
Which 2 of you may have seen.
It did so bad.
Fun side, yeah. I think we joke around a lot about Battleship, but Battleship would have been better if Stephen Colbert was this general or something. I love the Avengers, and the Avengers should have had Colbert as a member.
Would you be willing to swap any of the actual the actors playing any of the heroes with Stephen T. Colbert?
I don't know if I would swap him, but I think it would add a lot if Stephen Colbert was like the Nick Fury character, the one that was leading them all into battle in his nice little suits and everything.
It'd be awesome if he comes dressed up as some like DC comic guy. Like he comes in as Batman. Like, whoa!
Pat and I, obviously you're watching our show, you listen to our audio podcast. We obviously have no love for Taken 2. It's the same movie again. However, I would have been in if it was Colbert that kidnapped his family.
Or
if it was taken by Stephen Colbert.
Yeah, I would watch that. I'd read that. I would eat it. daily.
It would be. So what do you think, potty or video audience?
Again,
We talked
do
about.
this
I'm still
last
getting
week.
used to it. I'm still getting used to it. What do you think? What do you think about Stephen Colbert being in a Hobbit? Do you think it dilutes the Hobbit? Because I've read that, even if he doesn't say anything. Now remember, in one of the Lord of the Rings movies, was it Brett from Flight of the Conchords had a cameo in it? Because I think they actually even made a song about it.
I don't know.
So Peter Jackson has done this before, but what do you think? Do you think it kind of dilutes it, even if he's on for a few seconds? Are you excited about it? Or ultimately, what movies do you think Colbert should have been in or should be in? What do you think?
I'm gonna blow your mind right now. Stephen Colbert plus Medea.
Oh my gosh!
Oh!
Oh my gosh!
Oh, I would see that.
I don't think the screen could handle that much glow.
I would see that. That would easily make
Oh my
$1
gosh!
million.
Oh, so let us know what you guys think on the comments. Anyways, that's all the time we have for Midweek movie news. How can people find us, Pat?
Check us out on our website, and I'll get it right. It's www.thepatandreshow.com. And hey, more big news. You can find us on Facebook now too, huh?
Yes, facebook.com/The Pat and Dre Show. Like us, share it with your friends. You can also follow the Pat and Dre official Twitter at...
Oh man, at Pat and Dre. Or just
Easy.
search The Pat and Dre Show. It'll come right up.
You'll come up, follow us. We like to post movie news as it breaks on there, give some box office predictions. Or you can follow us on our personal Twitters. I'm at JHGuyDre, and this guy,
DJ Pajamarama, just recently tweeted back by at Jeff Kanata, and I'm pretty excited about that.
The Totally Rad Show, one of the co-hosts,
those
inspiration for our show. So follow us, share it with your friends. We grow because of you, and we're so appreciative of you being loyal fans.
Yeah.
And we'll see you this Friday for our next audio episode.
That's right. Bam.